Hey there everyone, I wanted to do a quick little video talking about something that's sort of been bugging me in the back of my mind about Destiny 2. Now I'm not talking specifically about an issue with the gameplay or direction, though I think everyone, and myself included, have reservations about that for sure, but this thing that's been bugging me predates Destiny. Sounds kind of weird, but let me explain. I'm only bringing this up in the first place as I do think that this thing that I'm going to talk about is somewhat creepy and eerie, which is what I'm covering on this channel, and also not just the fact that I really like Destiny. So what I'm talking about is letting go. You may have heard about this if you are in the Destiny community, and for sure there has been other people that have made great videos trying to explain or go over different theories about what this video is actually about. I'm not saying that I have a theory about this, but more or less how weird the situation is overall. To make a long story short, letting go came out on July 12th, 2011. That is over 3 years before Destiny 1 was released to the public. The reason why this is weird is because at the time it was believed that Destiny wasn't even fully announced yet. Even weirder, the icon that Destiny uses, the famous tricorn, was not publicly revealed, but yet this video uses it smack dab in the middle. You may say now, but Rocco, that's just a coincidence. And I'd say yeah, and we'd carry on our way. But that's not the only coincidence. On the same frame as that Destiny tricorn, there is some random text vomit in the middle, but more interestingly, there appears to be a rough and blurred image of a pyramid ship in the bottom left. These things showed up for the first time in Destiny 2, not 1. So not only does this mean that this got the tricorn predicted, but they also predicted the pyramid ships before they were even a part of the story. And once again, you may be like, if I had a penny for every time this video predicts something in Destiny years before the public knows, I'd have 2, which is weird. But yet, we have a third thing. Well, technically 4, but I'm combining these 2 for the video's sake. Later in the video, there's an image of what appears to be a body from the waist up, suspended by what looks like wires, and the body also resembles something of an exo in the game. Obviously, this kind of eerily resembles Rasputin/Clovis from Season of the Seraph, if you recall from playing then, if you did. But this time there's text underneath that actually tells a short story, or a small part of a story. I will read it as the following. I used to be so joyful. Once upon a time, no one fought over me. Then the bombs started falling. The people started dying. And I wept. For the first time, I wept. Now I stand at a precipice. Chained though I may be, I have had an awakening. A light came to me from the darkness. A light that told me I had meaning. I am more than a tool. A sword you wield when you're afraid. I am the eldritch glow that surrounds all things. I am the virgin queen from whom all was born. I am the gear that turns at the heart of the nexus. Now, I think this is a wonderfully creepy and short message to convey the emotion of whoever this actually may be. Safe to assume that this is or was Rasputin, hence the whole thing about having a purpose and being awakened. You could kind of say that Anna was basically the light that came to him technically and showed him the humane side from in the lore perspective, but I digress. The video ends with Morse code and an image of a sword with the Infinity logo in the middle. I believe that this image references the sword Joyous, at least that's what everyone in the community assumes, and that is the sword of Charlemagne. Joyous is the name of a war mine in Destiny's lore, similar to Rasputin. I forget off the top of my head where that one's placed. I think it's maybe on Mars or something of that sort. There's another war mine somewhere. The other interesting part, the Morse code, that simply translates to, take up your arms, my children. Take up your arms and embrace your destiny. I don't have to point out the fact that it says embrace your destiny, and the game's called Destiny, you know, it goes on. At this point, even if you didn't think there was enough evidence for this to be a direct leak, there are 2 flashes of different images, one that is very distorted but shows a symbol sign reminiscent of the Black Armory sign that we would see later in Destiny 2. The other of another blurred and distorted image, which has text in the bottom right that simply says, somehow, the falling skies don't seem to matter anymore now that we're Starside. Obviously, this is probably in reference to the collapse of Destiny and people trying to escape the darkness and the witness as we come now to know. But besides that, I believe this screams intentional. There are so many things here that we can connect back to the main game now, which may ultimately be the case that Bungie scrapped this and rearranged the story details and released it in a different way for us. If that's true, it's kind of weird that they've publicly denied that they had any hand in making this video. So, if we are to believe them, and that they are telling the truth, then someone outside of Bungie created this. Someone clearly knew what they were creating and doing, and somebody with knowledge, not just any average journalist or consumer would know about this. As I come to the end of this video, and reading this script, I realize how long this video actually might be, and I intended this only to be like a minute long, but I guess I got kind of carried away and explained the majority of it. So my only hope of this is I can bring this back up in the community for debate, and maybe there has been an answer, and maybe I just haven't heard about it. Who knows? This could also just be possible. This is the weirdest, and as to my knowledge, one of the few things unsolved regarding Destiny outside of the game, as almost like an ARG kind of thing. Especially something that's before Destiny, which is crazy. I've talked to you long enough. I'd like to know what you think down below, whether if it's your first time hearing about this, or if you have heard about it and just simply forgot. If you do like this video, I hope you end up sticking around to this channel. I like to cover weird, creepy, unique things found in gaming, and, you know, just horror games and horror things in general. So if you are still here, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye!